Aside from my soul, what's up? What's good? What is happening? Welcome to my live stream at The Actual King Smith. And this is a weekend edition of Chats with Dads, where I have conversation with other men about life as a father. Life is fatherhood in general, okay? Last week, actually, just a couple of days ago, I want to give a special thank you to the people that tuned in to my first Chats with Dad that I had had in a while, in which I had a conversation with my daughter about life. Okay. One of the common comments that I had from people is that she was really articulate and they could tell that, she's been raised to think well and things like that. And I take that compliment personally, and I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to everybody that watched. I want to say thank you to the comments and things like that. So I appreciate everybody for tuning in and checking that out. All right, we've already got Super C in the building. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you tuning in. Today, my guest, if we could get things worked out, is a man from Germany. It is a guy who is a father, obviously. That's the point of the show here. He's a guy who I came across through YouTube. One of the great things about YouTube is how it can connect you to the entire world. And this person on one of my other YouTube channels, shout out to Sean at The Dating Game, made a comment and we have connected. This person has been a supporter of the Dating Game channel. We have a private chat with other content creators in which we all share ideas and stories and ways to improve our content. And that's one of the things that I love about this YouTube or social media in general is getting like-minded people together to have conversations and help each other out, help each other maybe see a different perspective or have an understanding with anybody from around the world. There's people from Germany that check in. I have somebody from Ireland who tunes in to my channel from time to time. All right, so this is why I like doing this. I like having these conversations. So I'm trying to kill time here because I coordinated with Jay for this time to come on over the weekend. Since he lives in Germany, this was one of the best times. I reached out to him to communicate, make sure that we were good to go. And I haven't heard back from him. And he's normally punctual. So I'm not sure what's going on. We're at 3 minutes in right now. But if he's not on, I didn't have anything else prepped, which is bad on me. Bad on me for not having anything prepped, but that would require me to change the whole title of the show as well. I could talk about some of the comments and things that I've gotten from my last chats with dads, but I wanted to make the focus on fatherhood abroad, which abroad for me is anybody outside of the US versus fatherhood here in the US. But without the guest, I can't really have that conversation. All right. So I'm going to see if there's any questions in the chat here for the next 5 minutes or so. And if I don't hear from Jay, I'm going to have to postpone or reschedule this chats with dads. Okay. And I debated about if I should even go live and do it or wait, but I like to start on time. I like to start on time because I actually had 3 people reach out to me and said, hey man, I'm going to be checking out the YouTube live stream. And I'm looking at the numbers and all 3 of those people are likely watching right now. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all for tuning in. Michelle Early, good morning. She asked, I always like to make sure I say that word fully now, asked, not asked. As you have traveled the country and the world. What have you seen or experienced by way of fatherhood? Okay, hey, that's a good question. That is a good question. So, I had my daughter when I lived in Okinawa, Japan in my 20s. Um, Looking at different cultures, okay, it seems like you can make an observation of how nucleus families are treated. Like if you see, and I'm going to be very specific about my words here. If you see mom and a dad, okay, I'm not going to speak to two moms or two dads or anything like that. I'm just going to say mom and dad with their family. Um, in other cultures or countries, it seems like that nucleus of a family is looked at different, treated with more respect. And I've noticed that, when I was still married to my kid's mom, you can observe and kind of see how people look and smile and things like that when you're just out kind of doing the family thing or whatnot. No matter what state or country I was in, that's what I seemed to observe that was really common in places that I traveled. Now I'm curious, as I have a trip planned with my daughter overseas next year. It'll be one of the first times that me and her both have traveled out of the country since I've been out of the military. Is how those interactions are going to be viewed when it's just her and I. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm not even really going to keep it a secret. We're traveling to Japan. It'll be one of my first times back since I've been out, and I'm really looking forward to giving her the experience of going back to the country that she was born at, and trying to soak up as much as culture and things that we can when we get there. So that's a good question. That made me really think. Man, you had me thinking early this morning. Shout out to you. And I'm going to be seeing Michelle a little bit later on, actually, after this live stream. So I appreciate her tuning in. Super C said, I might visit Japan with you, bro. I'll see what situation I'm in at the time. Just got on board with this Google account. Okay, great. Hey, come on. The more the merrier. I am all for it. All right. Super C, you've never been to Japan, right? I don't think you have. It's, you will get treated, if you go and you travel and you respect the country that you're in, you will find that they'll be as respectful and treat you nice as well. I never had any issues traveling abroad with um, being treated well. Okay. But I also don't go around thinking that, because you'll see it, you'll observe people, and it's typically, man, Americans and some Europeans where you'll be in a different country or culture, and they act like they own the place. If you act like you own the place, you will be discarded real quick. Okay. And let's see. Super C says he's never left the damn country, and I already know where his mind is at. With that being said, if I go with you, you coming back by yourself. That's what's up. Hey, he said he's gonna leave and not return back to the US. Hey man, how you gonna do that though? With the Thundercats, man. Man, you got them Thundercats. That's funny, man. Shout out to you. My brother, I do have a Germany link. I'm the son of a US Army veteran. And my brother was born in Aschaffenburg, West Germany. Now, for as much as I've traveled, even in my military days, I never had the opportunity to step foot in Germany as an adult. And I would like to go back. I would definitely like to go back. Germany is on my list of places to go visit. I'm a little bit fortunate than most people in that I have, I'm going to call it a perk, but it's a benefit of being a retired service member. I can travel on what's called space available. And it's just like how it sounds. If you have this, if the mission and the aircraft has the space available and I qualify, I can travel abroad on military aircraft or military contracted aircraft for a very small fee. Okay. I mean, when I say small, it's like less than $50. I can get from here to Germany in less than $50. And something that I do plan on doing is taking advantage of that and going and seeing Europe, um, and experiencing as much culture as I can. Another question in the chat from Michelle. She writes, "What is the definition of a traditional family in various parts of the world? For example, America and, as you said, Japan believe a father and mother make a family. What about others?" I don't have a good answer for that. That's what I wrote that question down because I wanted to ask Jay his thoughts or what he's observed living over in Germany. I do have other people that are in my network who I could ask that, and I'm trying to get people from Iceland. I got a guy that lives in Spain that we're working out the best time to try to get him to come on. And these are questions that I would like to ask because when you take a look at how the world's changing, right? I know I said traditional, and that word is, hmm, you can look at that in so many different ways. I because you can break down traditional. I use it in a sense of mother father. But when you look at blended families now, you can have a blended family that adult male, adult female, children that came from both sides. It's so intricate that I might have to explore that a little bit more in my own mind to be able to speak a little bit more better, a little bit more better. Hold on, let me a little bit a little bit better about that. More better. I promise y'all, I know English. Barely, but I know English. Super C said, "Damn, damn, damn." I'll eventually get them over. Okay, he's talking about when I said that if he go over there and not come back, what he's gonna have to do with his Thundercats. That's his version of his kids, which is to me hilarious, man. I got these young Thundercats, yeah, all boys too. How you managed to pull that off? Let me know. What's the biological secret to having boys? I've shared on my channel very publicly. I can't have any more kids. I had a vasectomy, and it's not as bad or as painful as people make it out to be. People's reasons for not having a vasectomy is hilarious in my book. Super C said it takes skills to have all boys. Hey, man, I must not have had the skills then, pimp. Michelle Early writes, so would you agree that there is no longer a typical or universal definition of a family? Can it just be a loving adult and well-reared child? Yes, 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 I can agree with that actually. And I'm trying to think because I'm a person that sees two sides of a coin, and it's a gift and a curse. I try to understand everybody's viewpoint, and I don't know why I've always been that way, but it's allowed me to explore things that are foreign to me or things that are new to me without judging, without having any preconceived notions on what it might mean for them. I've always been that way. They say, like, well, there's an old saying that curiosity killed the cat. I think curiosity allows people to grow. Curiosity allows people to grow. It allows people to expand their mind. Me being in the military, doing the job that I did, allowed me to grow and expand my mind in ways that I'm not sure would have occurred had I not been in the military and maybe not left the area that I was in. I was born in Alabama, kind of raised around the world, but settled in Alabama, right? She said, I don't have to say her whole name, King. Hey, you know what? My bad. It's listed on here. I try to, you know, it's a habit of mine to say people's name as it's listed on YouTube, but I will shorten it for the people that are out there. Shout out to you for that one. Now, I think that traveling in the way that I did has expanded my thought process on a lot of different things. I would not be where I am today had I not had the experiences that I had, right? And sometimes I go back and I think about how things would have been had I been in the service and was single, had I not married my ex-wife, had I not been a father, but still traveled, what that would have looked like, and with every decision that's made, you know, the can't forget the theory, but every time you make a decision, there's a consequence, essentially. And I'm definitely thankful for the experiences that I have had. All right. Michelle said that she would agree. One of the greatest detriments as a people is that we are often too afraid to think outside the box. Yes, yes, I'm a strong advocate of trying something new. All right. I've gone to different places and, like, so this is small, eating chocolate covered grasshoppers. All right. If you go to certain places in the Philippines, street vendors have various different kinds of food that you would look at it and go, there is no way I'm doing that. And you would be like, but for me, I like to keep an open mind. All right. I like to keep an open mind. I also have this thing where, good or bad, there's an episode in Avengers, or not an episode, there's this moment in the Avengers movie, and these are for all my nerds out there, where Doctor Strange opens up the eye and he sees all 15 million different outcomes of a situation before he makes a decision. I have a bad habit of doing that too. I have a I don't call it a bad habit. I like to think that before I make a decision or go a certain route, I'm looking at all the different outcomes of how things can kind of play out. And good or bad, it's allowed me to explore some things, try some things out, realize what's for me, what's not for me. And I'm not saying everybody should be that way, but having an understanding of how things could play out allows for you to, learn and also make interesting decisions in life. Michelle said that our differences can unite us in a way that our commonalities cannot. Hey, that's a bar. Our differences can unite us in a way that our commonalities cannot. There still has to be, in my opinion, some common thread for that to occur, or at least a level of respect or love between, those two people that can allow your differences to make y'all be able to tolerate each other, and really not even tolerate. I don't like that word tolerate, but just be able to, be somebody that's close to that person, and respect that person's viewpoints and opinions, and it not bug you, right? So I can somewhat agree with that. Appreciate that comment. Hey, if you're here in the chat, do me a favor, hit that like button. Help me out on the algorithms. That's the algorithm over here. Whether you're watching on YouTube or you're watching on Facebook, I would definitely appreciate it. Michelle said, respect is the keyword. Yes, absolutely. No matter where you go, I think culturally, having an understanding of what respect is something that'll help you out. Shout out to the real Precious. She is an up and coming content creator that is exploding in the scene here. I show up on her Monday night mixed messages shows in which we explore the conversations that men and women are having that are sending each other mixed messages. It's typically at 9 p.m. US Eastern. I implore you, if you are interested in hearing some of the wild conversations that are occurring out there, some of the things that people are saying to each other that are definitely head scratchers, that are giving mixed messages. And not just that, she explores other different topics as well. Tune in to her YouTube channel. She is a fantastic person who I've gotten to meet in a very short time period that's doing some really positive things here on social media. So I appreciate her tuning in. She says, yes, it's a great show, and King is a great co-host. Hey, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna take those flowers. My soundboard's not working right now, but let me do that. Thank you for tuning in. All right. So I am actually going to end the live stream here. I don't have an update from Jay. I'm looking at my phone and I'm not sure what happened or what occurred. Jay's a very punctual person, so I'm thinking that something occurred on his end that he was not able to join the live stream today. But I'm going to have him back on. He's been a supporter of my channel. Me and him have done several streams together, and I want to have him on. And Jay's a character. I am looking forward to having him on to where we can explore some different things. He thinks different. Jay thinks different. And it's in those differences, like Michelle said, that we can be united in ways that our commonalities cannot. See how I brought that back? I'm good at this. Let me pat myself on the back for for a second. All right. So hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank each and every person who wrote something in the comments. I appreciated the questions that was presented here today. I am sorry that the show did not go as planned, but your boy can improv and pivot with the best of them. I like to think so anyway. Okay. So thank you for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button and leave a comment after the live stream if you have any questions. If you want to be on Chats with Dads, shoot me an email at the actual kingsmith at gmail.com. Not the at before, but my email is the actual kingsmith at gmail.com. Put in the attention Chats with Dads. That way I can filter, that out from spam or whatnot. And we can chop it up. We can definitely chop it up. It is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to connect and have conversations with as many as men out there about fatherhood and things like that. All right. So look, y'all go have a good weekend. I am about to go and enjoy and fellowship with the company of a young lady, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm publicly saying this right now because hey, look, I try to be as outward and as truthful as I can. So enjoy your weekend. Be safe out there. Enjoy this beautiful weather if you're lucky enough to have gorgeous weather like we're having here in Maryland. And I am out. Peace.